centuries later. The Romans were builders, both literally and figuratively. Their architectural achievements, from the Colosseum to the Pantheon, still stand as testaments to their engineering genius. They built roads, aqueducts, and public baths, creating an infrastructure that was centuries ahead of its time. But their innovations went far beyond bricks and mortar. Roman law, with its emphasis on justice and due process, laid the foundation for legal systems around the world. Their concepts of citizenship, property rights, and the rule of law continue to influence us today. In the realm of culture, the Romans left an equally enduring legacy. Their language, Latin, became the foundation for many modern languages and continues to be used in science, medicine, and law. Their literature, philosophy, and art influenced generations of artists, writers, and thinkers. Life in the Roman Empire was a tapestry of experiences, woven from the threads of social class, occupation, and geography. For the wealthy elite, life was a life of luxury and leisure. They resided in opulent villas, adorned themselves in fine silks, and enjoyed lavish banquets. Their days were filled with political intrigue, philosophical debates, and the pursuit of pleasure. But for the common people, life was a far cry from the luxurious existence of the elite. Most Romans were farmers, laborers, or craftsmen, their lives dictated by the rhythms of nature and the demands of their trade. They lived in modest homes, wore simple clothing, and subsisted on a diet of bread, olives, and wine. Yet, despite the stark disparities in wealth and status, Roman society was bound by a shared identity. The legions, Rome's mighty army, drew recruits from all corners of the empire, uniting them under the banner of the Roman eagle. The games held in the Colosseum, with their gladiatorial combats and chariot races, provided a spectacle that captivated all strata of Roman society. The story of Rome's rise is a tale of military conquest, political maneuvering, and a relentless drive for expansion. From humble beginnings as a small city-state in central Italy, Rome gradually extended its reach, conquering its neighbors and consolidating its power. The Roman Republic, with its system of elected officials and a Senate composed of elder statesmen, proved remarkably adaptable and resilient. It weathered internal conflicts, repelled foreign invasions, and emerged from each challenge stronger and more united. Through a combination of military might, strategic alliances, and shrewd diplomacy, Rome gradually brought the entire Italian peninsula under its control. By the 3rd century BC, Rome had emerged as the dominant power in the Mediterranean, poised to embark on a period of unprecedented expansion and influence. Section 5: Caesar and the Republic's Last Breath. The Roman Republic, despite its many successes, was not immune to internal strife. By the late Republic, Rome was plagued by corruption, social unrest, and a growing divide between the wealthy elite and the impoverished masses. Into this volatile mix stepped Julius Caesar, a brilliant general and charismatic leader. Through a series of military victories and shrewd political maneuvers, Caesar amassed unprecedented power, culminating in his appointment as dictator for life in 44 BC. Caesar's reign marked a turning point in Roman history. He implemented a series of reforms aimed at addressing social ills and consolidating his power. However, his assassination on the Ides of March in 44 BC plunged Rome into a new era of civil war. Section 6: Pax Romana, the Roman Peace. Out of the ashes of civil war rose Caesar's adopted son Octavian, later known as Augustus. Augustus's victory over his rivals marked the end of the Roman Republic and the birth of the Roman Empire. Augustus's reign ushered in a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity known as the Pax Romana. For 2 centuries, the Roman world enjoyed relative stability, with trade flourishing, the arts and sciences advancing, and the Roman legions maintaining order across a vast empire. The Pax Romana was a golden age for the Roman Empire. It was a time of great achievements in architecture, literature, and law. The empire expanded to its greatest extent, and Roman culture spread to every corner of the Mediterranean world. Section 7: The Cracks in the Facade. However, even during the Pax Romana, cracks began to appear in the empire's foundation. Over-reliance on slave labor stifled technological innovation, while a widening gap between the rich and poor fueled social unrest. A series of weak or corrupt emperors in the 3rd century AD exacerbated these problems. Political instability became endemic, with emperors assassinated with alarming regularity. The empire's borders, once seemingly impregnable, were increasingly threatened by barbarian incursions. The Roman Empire, once a beacon of stability and prosperity, was facing a confluence of internal and external pressures that threatened to tear it apart. Section 8. The Empire Divided, a House Against Itself. In a desperate attempt to salvage the crumbling empire, Emperor Diocletian divided the Roman Empire into two halves in 286 AD, the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. This division, intended to streamline administration and improve defense, proved to be a fatal blow to the empire's unity. The Western Roman Empire, beset by economic woes and barbarian invasions, entered a period of precipitous decline. The Eastern Roman Empire, later known as the Byzantine Empire, fared somewhat better, surviving for another 1,000 years. The division of the Roman Empire was a symptom of the deep-seated problems that plagued it. It marked the beginning of the end for the Western Roman Empire, which was now on an irreversible path toward collapse. Section 9. The Fall, an Empire's Last Gasp. The 5th century AD witnessed the final act in the drama of the Western Roman Empire. Waves of barbarian tribes, driven by pressure from the Huns in the east and lured by the promise of plunder, swept across the empire's frontiers. In 410 AD, the Visigoths, under the leadership of Alaric, sacked Rome itself, an event that sent shockwaves throughout the empire. The once invincible city, the heart of a mighty empire, lay in ruins. The final blow came in 476 AD when Odoacer, a Germanic general, deposed Romulus Augustulus, the last Western Roman emperor. With that, the Western Roman Empire, after centuries of dominance, breathed its last. Section 10. Rome's Legacy, a World Transformed. The fall of the Roman Empire was a momentous event, marking the end of an era and the beginning of the Middle Ages. Yet, despite its fall, Rome's legacy continued to shape the world. Its influence can be seen in our languages, our laws, our architecture, our art, and our literature. The Roman Empire may have crumbled into dust, but its ideas, its innovations, and its enduring spirit live on. As we gaze upon the ruins of Rome, we are reminded of the impermanence of even the mightiest empires. But we are also reminded of the enduring power of human ingenuity, creativity, and the indomitable spirit that drives us to build, to create, and to leave our mark on the world. The story of Rome is not just a history lesson, it's a reflection of ourselves, a reminder of our own capacity for both greatness and folly.